Hello guys. Welcome back to Top 5 Choices. In this video we are going to do a detailed review and pick the top 5 best budget DSLR camera. So let us get started and the review based on our studies and small research. If you have any personal suggestion, do let us know in the comment section. If you are for the first time, don't forget to subscribe and click on the bell icon for more videos. We will be also providing affiliates link to purchase from Amazon. Kindly use for best offers and purchase from anywhere in the world. So let's get started. This is Canon's first camera to follow a new and exciting development in digital cameras, combining high resolution with high frame rates. Not only does the EOS 90D beat any APS-C Canon before it 4 megapixels, it can do this at 10 frames per second. Before, the only APS-C Canon capable of this was the EOS 7D Mark II, an out-and-out sports model, whose future now looks uncertain. But it's not just about the frame rate. The EOS 90D also shoots 4K video, and not in the irritating crop mode previously seen on Canon cameras, but using the full sensor width at last. Now, you don't get an instant crop factor when you switch to 4K video, and your wide lenses do actually stay wide. There's something else worth pointing out too. The EOS 90D uses Canon's dual-pixel CMOS AF system, as used to great effect on its mirrorless cameras, so when you switch the EOS 90D to live view mode, it's at no autofocus disadvantage at all compared to a mirrorless camera. In fact, you could say that the EOS 90D is the equal of any mirrorless camera, but with the advantage of an optical viewfinder. Answer: 32.5 MP APS-C CMOS, 22.3 by 14.8 mm image processor, Digicate. AF points: 45 cross-type ISO range, 100 to 25,600 exp. 51,200. Max image size, 6,960 by 4. The Nikon D5600 is a recent member of the Nikon's D5000 series camera club. The D5600 is one step up from the entry-level Nikon D3500, filling the space between that model and the more enthusiast and pro-orientated D7200, D7500 and D500 in one vital respect, though it's one up on all of them. These D5000 series cameras are the only DX format Nikon SLRs with a vari-angle screen. The range's combination of novice-friendliness, vari-angle screen, and small size make it ideal for both first-timer camera users and photography students. The new AFP 18 to 55mm lens transforms the camera's live view performance. It's still not as fast as a mirrorless camera, but the speed and responsiveness of the live view autofocus is certainly unexpected, and it works really well with the screen's touch control. You can just tap an object in the scene, and the camera will focus on that object and take a picture in a single action. The snap bridge system is less impressive. It worked fine, slowly, with the Android smartphone, but the iPhone operating system insists you select a Wi-Fi connection manually. The D5600's autofocus, white balance, and exposure systems worked well. Most of the time you can leave the camera to work out the correct settings, and it'll do it reliably. The camera's fine detail rendition is especially good, and, unlike a lot of kit lenses, the new AFP 18 to 55mm holds its sharpness right to the edges of the frame, and its longer zoom settings, too. The Nikon D7500 is a mid-range APS-C DSLR that both sits below and borrows a lot from Nikon's APS-C flagship D500, including its 20.9 MP sensor, high-res metering sensor, and very probably its image processor. In a lot of ways, it's like a mini D500, which in and of itself is like a mini D5. All three are built for speed. The D7500 gets a 2 FPS bump over its predecessor and can shoot 8 FPS for an impressive 100 plus JPEGs. That's not quite as fast as the D500's 10 FPS burst, but it's still serious firepower for enthusiasts and serious photographers alike. Its AF system remains the same, reliable 51-point module from D7200 and D7100, but the new metering sensor should mean better third tracking. If you haven't guessed by now, this is a great camera for fast action photography. 20.9 MP APS-C CMOS sensor. 51-point face detect f8 fps burst for 100 plus JPEGs or 50 RAWs 180k pixel RGB sensor, 4 metering and subject recognition 3.2 tilting touchscreen LCD deeper grip weather sealing. 4K video from 1.5x crop of sensor in camera batch raw processing Wi-Fi and Bluetooth externally. Not much has changed about the D7500's design compared to its predecessor. The D7500 maintains its position as a compact yet capable twin-dial DSLR geared toward enthusiasts. 4K video has been added, but like most current Nikon cameras, it comes with limitations including a 1.5x crop factor. The Canon EOS Rebel T8i is a 24MP DSLR camera that is compatible with the company's EF and EFS mount lenses. It has an optical viewfinder, but it also has a usable and responsive touchscreen interface and live view experience that's a match for the company's mirrorless camera options. For much of the world, shifting consumer preferences towards mirrorless cameras have left DSLRs looking like relics of history, though Europe and the Americas remain holdouts. Last year, Europeans still bought about 1.4 DSLRs for every mirrorless camera sold, while in the Americas the ratio was even higher at 1.71. Yet relatively few manufacturers are left in the consumer DSLR market. Only Canon, Nikon, and Ricoh remain, making new models few and far between. Among these, Canon's EOS Rebel series are the biggest sellers. 24-megapixel APS-C image sensor EF4 EFS lens compatibility. ISO 100 to 25600 extends to 51200, 7th FPS continuous shooting, Oregon 7.5 FPS in live view 45 point, all cross-type face detect AF 0.51x pentamirror viewfinder, with 95% coverage 3.0 vari-angle touchscreen LCD 24p 4K video, with 1.6x crop, or full sensor, 1080p, 60th, 800 shot battery life, Oregon 310 shots, with live view. The Nikon D3500 is a 24-megapixel entry-level DSLR with an APS-C CMOS sensor that is cheaper, lighter, and has a longer battery life than the D3400 that it replaced. It was designed with the new photographer in mind and features a guide mode that will essentially teach you how to shoot in various situations. Key specifications: 24-megapixel APS-C CMOS sensor EXP, EED. 4-image processor. ISO range of 100-25600, 11-point autofocus system, through the optical viewfinder shoots continuously at 5 frames per second capable of Full HD, 1080-60p video Bluetooth for image transfer. 921K. Fixed LCD screen battery rated for 1550 shots per charge. The D3500's guide mode puts it into an easy-to-use space in the market. This mode makes it easy to tell the camera what kind of scene you are trying to capture and essentially teaches you the basics of photography, such as shutter speed, aperture, and exposure compensation, along the way. This is a camera that a brand new photographer can pick up and start making decent pictures without a steep learning curve.